Hi guys, good morning. I'm gonna do this one alone. I just wanted to come on. I haven't necessarily physically been present. I got back from vacation with the family. We went to Hershey Park and it was absolutely incredible. If anybody wants to go or needs tips as a parent or non-parent, I am a thrill seeker and I love the roller coasters. But I kind of wanted to hop on and just talk about the event tomorrow and upcoming events for the remainder of the summer and things that are coming up. And I don't get in front of all of you all the time. I'm working out next to you or coaching, but we don't always get the time to chat. So tomorrow's event's super important for me, and not just for me, but for many members inside this community. We are hosting a mental health event tomorrow in memory of Lenny Pace. Lenny was an affiliate owner who unfortunately committed suicide 2 summers ago. I didn't think I'm going to get emotional doing this alone, but I might. But I'm going to just share story time and a deeper relationship. But Christine Doherty Schmidt, Paulie's wife, mom of 2, soon to be 3. Her and I went to high school together, and she was actually very good friends with a very close family friend of mine growing up. I know her sister well. I know, her sister-in-law very well. And she's always someone I've always looked up to and admired to the fullest. Meaning, when she was pregnant with Riley, I was watching her from afar. Part of the reason I probably started CrossFit, we always stayed in touch, and she always just fascinated me. And then she's a physical therapist, which is also very inspiring because she truly cares about everyone just as much as I do as a fitness expert professional. But the reason I'm sharing the story of Christine is because in 2021, I had Babylon CrossFit, and we were on Main Street. We were actually where La La Land is now, next to a daycare. And unfortunately, because of all the regulations against gyms, we were having a lot of issues with noise. We were forced to keep our doors and our windows open, and being on Village Main Street, I really had to follow the rules. And there were noise issues from local neighbors. And I really didn't want to fight with the village, as the whole purpose and intention behind our CrossFit and community is to make an impact here, not just physically, but inside the community as well. And I always talk about that. Like, I don't want people to hate Babylon CrossFit. It's okay if they hate me. I'm fine with that. But I want them to love what we do inside this village and town. So when I was going through all of that with the village, it was really difficult. And I'll talk more about that a little bit later. But the point here is I had to move, and we were trying to find a spot. And in that time, all of the local businesses had closed down. So warehouse space was super, super limited. And this spot where we are now on 41 John Street was available. Now, Lenny was previously in this spot with his affiliate. So Pace CrossFit, which unfortunately is no longer existing, was originally in Amityville, and that's where Christine and Paulie started their journey. And, I didn't go to that gym. I was at a different gym. I was at a gym called CrossFit Diamond, but always knew they were there. And then Lenny had to move locations. And moving a location as an affiliate owner is really difficult. Everyone thinks, we make a lot of money and it's a beautiful space and it's great. There's people in here, but it's a very hard business to run. And when moving locations, to be completely honest, when I had to move in 2021, the biggest concern was finances. We didn't have the money to do it. And the only reason I was able to stay open was because I got an SBA grant from the town of Babylon, and they supported that grant, paid for this space, essentially, for that move. If not, I probably would have led to closing down. And that's where Lenny really made an impact in my life, and Christine still to this day. Oh, I didn't want to do this. Sorry. We're good. There's no Tommy here to balance me right now, but I'm going to pull it together. COVID was hard, right? I just had Jaden. I was postpartum, and everything was going on. And I knew this location was available. So essentially, Lenny was here. Unfortunately, he was pretty much removed from this space unlawfully. Didn't want to leave, but had to leave. So he had to find a new location. None of this has to do with Lenny's death, him moving, but the context behind all of it and my relationship is what really matters here. So when Lenny moved, he found a new spot on 109. When I knew this spot was available, 41 John Street, I had reached out to Christine and I reached out to Lenny. And, I asked Christine, friend to friend, person to person, like, what was her opinion as a member in the space? What did she see from the outside? And I spoke to Lenny, and Lenny told me, like, listen, great space, but not the best situation. And since Lenny's been gone, it's proven to not be the best situation. It's a beautiful space. I absolutely love it here. But the barriers in between make it really difficult. And I just feel that Lenny is like the guardian angel for me right now because every little moment I've been able to pull through. And I won't stop, partially because of Lenny. Because when I did want to close down, I had the conversation about moving in here. He was like, "You got to do it. You can't give up everything you've done at Babylon CrossFit from the beginning. Like, if anybody's going to make it, like, you have to make it." And for another affiliate owner in this space, like in that time, to be that supportive really, really meant a lot. And then when Lenny's community went through everything, um, you know, I didn't even know what to say other than we're here. There's a space here. Like, I don't even know if you guys want to come back into our space because I can't imagine being back inside this space right away in this environment, knowing that he was in here coaching them. But I will do everything to create the space that Lenny created for them and to continue to carry his memory, or let's call it legend at this point in the fitness space. But yeah, he is a huge person in my life from afar, and an even bigger person in Christine and Paulie's life. And I'm speaking to them specifically, but there's so many other people in this community, from Madeline to Linda, and I don't want to leave anybody out, Jared, that he has impacted. And if you have a conversation with anybody, there's some way he's touched their lives. And I know they think about him probably every day, because I do. Every day I walk into the space. So I'm done with the emotion, totally in my period. This is wild. But yeah, I wanted to just share that with you guys because I wanted you to understand the importance of this event. You know, it's in Lenny's memory, but it's about mental health. And we've partnered with Project Patriot and NYPD CrossFit, really focusing on men's mental health, but not leaving anybody out. It's Project Patriot is a foundation to support law enforcement. So recently, a lot of law enforcement has been taking their lives. Veterans have been taking their lives, and not just recently. It's been an ongoing issue, but unfortunately, more lives are being taken now. So Project Patriot is sponsoring athletes, clients to work out to help their mental health. And then NYPD CrossFit, we invited them in because they do a ton of mental health stuff as well. And again, the local law enforcement connection, everything makes sense to bring it all together. So tomorrow we're getting together. This is one of Lenny's workouts. Paulie, Christine's husband, presented this workout to me, and we've stuck with it. And it's a great day. There'll be people from all over the CrossFit community that are out of other gyms that you'll have an opportunity to meet, maybe see some old faces that we haven't seen in a while. The money that we are collecting for non-members is all going to Project Patriot, for funding, for scholarships, for gym memberships, for people in need, for mental health. Yeah, so that's my quick 10-minute spiel. I'm going to leave it with this. We have two other big events coming up. We have the Run Club, and then the RAD event, and then 3. We're also doing a bunch of classes on Fire Island this summer that I would love to see some of you guys attend if you have the availability. We'll be sharing a newsletter hopefully today with some more information, but I didn't expect to get this emotional, probably why I didn't want to do this. But I did want to share how important this event is to me and to others in this community. And mental health, I shared this at SAM, impacts us all, whether it's stress, anxiety, or someone else struggling. It's not something to hide. And I hope me sharing my personal mental health journey with all of you guys helps you guys. And if we've never had a conversation, I'm always here for it. As someone who has ventured into therapy the last 2 years of her life and seen the outcomes and the benefits of it, I definitely have my ups and downs with it, but it works. So that's all. I'll see everyone tomorrow.